when did the SEC release its report affirming that Rappler's registration has been revoked?
The Securities and Exchange Commission made a report on their finding, I think sometime in February of 2021. But we received a copy of they called as compliance only, I think, first week of March. So we immediately filed our motion for reconsideration with the special panel of the SEC, I think March 15 or thereabouts. So that's the time.
Go ahead, Attorney.
Yes, that's the timeline. And up to now, still pending. No?
So what's going to happen then should the MR get denied or your motion for reconsideration gets denied?
We're hoping that the motion for reconsideration will be granted because we raise a constitutional ground, which is due process. Because the SEC, before the SEC made a report, it did not give us a chance to explain our side. And that's basic under our constitution. We pointed out in our motion for reconsideration that there were litigable issues of fact and law that should have been considered. And now we are hopeful that after reading our motion for reconsideration, the SEC will agree with our opposition. Otherwise, it will delay things. Jess. If now on your question, what if the SEC denies it? Then we can go up to the Court of Appeals on that issue of due process alone, then ultimately to the Supreme Court. And if the Supreme Court agrees with us that we should be accorded due process, then the Supreme Court may have to remand the case all over back to the SEC. So it will cause a delay. So if I were the SEC, I'm not imposing on them. Yes, it would be better if they would reconsider the decision and give us a chance to explain, to fully ventilate the issues that we have raised in our motion for reconsideration to avoid delay in the proceedings.
So what then is going to be the worst case scenario here should the SEC decide to side with the decision of the SEC?
Then we intend to reiterate our constitutional ground on due process, and we may also decide, although we have not decided, to already raise the substantive grounds, Jess. But I think on the due process grounds alone, there is ample ground for the appellate courts, the Court of Appeals, and the Supreme Court to agree with us, because that's very basic under our Constitution.
So how long do you think this whole battle is going to take?
Well, only heaven knows, no? Especially during the pandemic and then during the post-pandemic era, considering that cases have already piled up, due to delays caused about by the pandemic. Now, we're not blaming the SEC alone.